to open up and accept a truth in your heart, like our spirit knows. For myself, I am on the 16th degree, so be sure to look into your natal chart and see if you have any main stage ingredients connected to this moon that may be activated, spiritual bliss in that arena or area, or setting the stage for our boundaries. Do you have boundary issues? Scorpio is just that, boundaries, but it's also the potentials. It's the ending, knowing when to end and when to begin, like even just ending a relationship. And the moon in Taurus is all about manifesting the sauce. So it's being about opening up to manifest what your heart wants and accept that manifestation. Like, ooh, and just sitting there listening to myself. So with that, inshallah and ashe, welcome to a thankful Thursday, a day of gratitude, I would hope. And to all my replay and live stream viewers, either way, grateful to have you here while we're waiting for people to hop on and join the show. So have you remodeled your inner trust? Trusting yourself, the light is going to shine on and out into the outer world. And possibly you may be able to see, feel, sense physically the deeper inner, possibly the ghost in the darkness that we have been doing and working through since the season of Scorpio started. So this is an aspect that comes from the ascension, descending into reality to matter kind of thing, things becoming manifested into form. So I really like to stay curious and question everything. So when life aligns, we question it. Is this real, or is it me, or is it them? So we go from this aspect of trusting and loving and adding to our sacred chalice more of this cosmic brew, the higher heart, the God spot, the core of love, and in our radiation, I guess, is what I would say. Not like a radiator though, radiating, right? But the key is to not have lower or less than kind of sensations like self-doubt or worry or the muggle filled kind of stuff. So it's this heartfelt, like full on trust to walk out into the world, and we own it. We own who we are. And then we naturally flow out into our everyday world. So when things feel less than, it's really about adding more of that heartfelt compassion as the ingredient. And the more skilled we are with our own inner trust of our own selves, those outer rims of the chalice come together and we attract those like atoms and particles and so much more. And we are in some cosmic soup. I'm just saying that out loud. The moon is in the season of Pisces, which we may feel a little bit dream-stricken, if you will, and the outer rims of feeling our spirit. So it's like, do we trust spirit? Trusting the feelings that spirit is sensing. Your psychic abilities may be feeling that today. Maybe they need a scrub or a wash. And if you are new to my live streams or my show, once again, welcome to the Daily Snippet. I am your host, streaming in later today, but I am a practicing holistic shaman and medium, an otherworldly life coach, and a subtle energetic surgeon. But I do go by the term holistic Sha medium, which is a merging of all of these gifts and containers. My intention is to utilize these indigenous technologies, the elemental realms predominantly, primarily, along with our original divine blueprint to navigate what's called the soul's harmonic into these realms, from the elemental into the imaginal and into and through the shamanic portal, where I think the sauce kind of is, at least to cleanse up our energetic hiccups, along with our eighth energetic center. That's also what it's known for. I just call it the shaman's portal. Sometimes I think it's called the soul star. I don't know. There's so many labels, right? But I incorporate the cosmos, the subtle realms, and so much more with offerings and prescriptions and rituals, the otherworldly kind, I might add, to your personal container, the sauce of your main stage ingredients, to address or awaken really your personal medicine, the prime directive, just assisting you possibly in navigating or discovering your own personal inner genius, that medicine, the star that I believe we all are, reintroducing you to that magical essence, the being that resides within, so that your light really shines a lot brighter. My name is Tanya D, and welcome to my virtual medicine room. And if you have yet to subscribe to my channels, please do, YouTube or otherwise. You can find me on YouTube daily. But Tanya D on YouTube, Musing with Tanya D, my podcast. It's called The Otherworldly Insights. I'm still trying to navigate what next year's theme is going to be, 2023. Haven't looked into that. But out for your musing pleasure, we do have the season of Scorpio. We have Hades, Pluto in the house, so that'll be out on Monday.
kind of setting the shamanic portal, our soul star. And actually Sunday, I have my energetic cleansing meditation. I haven't even been talking about that. I have so much happening. Seriously. But our soul star, this 8th energetic center, the mystical and the magical. I'd also love to give a big shout out to the community, the village, my subscribers. Thank you. Wow. I'm so grateful. And to those of you that have been a part of my journey since the beginning of my show, gratitude is always to you as well. And also, if you're tuning into the replay, if you don't mind also hitting the bell button so you're notified. I guess it's a white button now. And remember, a comment or a share does get you a message for your day to get you on your way. It really does help with the algorithm. I do not know how that happens, but it's switching things up continually. It's just part of the matrix, right? So it's all about healing the thread lines, insights of the other world, the world of spirit, ancestors, the elemental predominantly, and then into the subtles and so much more. And you could also, again, find me on other social channels like TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, where I do stream as well every day. However, if your soul is nudging you, usually it's dragging, kicking, and screaming at you, your spirits are, to dive on deep into the realms of the other world, your ancestors predominantly, to heal the lineage, generally. Head on over to my Musing corridor. This is my digital library in the sky. It's a venue where I do have some amazing opportunities to assist you and guide you, whether you need a one-on-one, you're curious about energy medicine, the elemental realm, the voices of the other world, and so much more. Along with a private sacred circle, a community, a village is what I like to call that, a village community, a tribe that you can utilize. And I am your otherworldly assistant. You truly are your own healer. But sometimes energetically, we do need an otherworldly life coach to get us out of our own way. We do get in our own way. And if your soul is truly calling out to you, be sure to join the Shamanic Healing Academy. You can see what's in the sauce there. It's a mentorship or membership opportunity. You do have options. So I'm super excited about that. It's getting just still nipped and tucked a little bit. But before we go further, here are your options. We have fire. The other one's nature. I kind of like the two little buckaroonies there. And also stone. Stone walls. That's awesome. So those are your options for the messages of the day to get you on your way. But we do have, out for your musing pleasure, we do have the full moon lunar eclipse, the Beaver blood moon. There's some intensity there. Lots of cosmic energies going to be at play. But you can tune in on my YouTube channel for that and subscribe so you're notified. It is on the highway, or my musing news. It'll be right in your inbox. But being that we're in the season of Scorpio, this is about energy transformation. It's the rise of the phoenix. So this is playing out in our day-to-day world. So I would suggest holding the high note key today to access the realm. This is kind of the prelude, I might add, to the moon. So filling into what you sense with the moon being in the season of Pisces, a fellow water sign, to Scorpio. But I am going to be dedicating this new podcast to the god of the underworld, Pluto. That'll be coming out on Monday and released on the highway. Again, I do have the Shamanic Healing Academy. This is a hub. I'm so excited to have it. There's some amazing options there to be a part of it. The door is open for you. Again, membership or mentorship options. Obviously, mentorship's more one-on-one, but for the first 20 people, not only do you get listening solitude for free, normally it's $111, but you're also going to get a 15-minute intuitive divination session with yours truly. And we also have the Energy Body Demystified, which is normally $888, but it's going to be free. So if you decide for $55 a month or mentorship to get in, and almost, really, it's over $1,000 of goodies for free, which is hilarious, but it's great, especially if you were to purchase them separately. And if you want to be part of the mentorship to take it up a notch and listening to your soul and navigating your spirit. But being that it's a magnetic day, it's kind of a circuitry kind of day, the circuits, a circuit board. The shaman's portal and the crown are really being highlighted along with the chambers of our heart, the high heart, the middle heart, and the low heart. So this is really a high octave day. It's a calibration of all of that, listening to spirit, feeling spirit, aligning and trusting spirit. That's really what's on the highway today. So we're kind of having this day of embodying spirit. That's why the energy body demystified. It's like bringing spirit to matter, cleansing our outer fields, or bringing spirit in. Sometimes we're not all the way contained in our embodiment self. It's taking form inside of ourselves, so these subtle energies are shifting in our physical body. So it's kind of literally like coming out of the closet, our spiritual integrity, to express that spiritual heart or love to those inner chambers within ourselves. These are streams. They're streams of love in the inner world to the outer streams. And a definition for spiritual of integrity. What is integrity? It's to express love for ourselves inside of ourselves and carry that same frequency love into our day-to-day reality, to the outer world. So when we express inner and outer love, we then feel this love. It's an entirely different vibration. It's unique to every one of us. And we emanate the love we feel from our energetic boundaries. So we're drawing in this inner life where this is all aligning. And if it's misaligned, that's when the tower falls. It literally will crumble. And this is playing out in our field, our energetic fields, the auric field. So it's a kind of a spin, if you will. So now that we're in the soup, this cosmic spin, we have these ingredients, but what's the mixture? So how to protect this new vital integrity? That's the sauce. What even is that? Do we even have an understanding or an idea of what that may be? So you might just have to utilize different ingredients within the boundaries that are necessary to maintain this new form, this stage that you've taken to stay in the state of heartfelt alignment. There's like a volcano inside of us possibly that you may feel these possible interruptions, kind of like a volcano, a rumbling inside from within us. So it's like thoughts and feelings and beliefs. And these are usually the entanglements or places where the entanglements come from inside of us. So you may even be coming to an understanding or maybe learning something about yourself. You may need to take some time, some space away from people in an environment or those outer world influencers, possibly having a self-realization that you might not have sensed before. So what happens is if you are hyper aware of the energies at play in your essence, you're learning what can throw you off balance or different ways to prevent that from even happening. So being between the realms of the worlds, integrity being the main stage ingredient, the spiritual heart, if you will. Just be mindful of both the inner and the outer influencers in your world, in your reality, and just kind of take notice, maybe journal it even. It's kind of what's out there. Oh my gosh, it's 3 o'clock. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate that. But on the elemental highway, look at all that. We've got this yang metal monkey of a day, and just know the mind is a tool, and we have lots of monkey minding going on, a monkey wrench, right? But our day is weak energetically, and it's also solid. Some great friends are surrounding our day, lots of yang metal, so it's protected. Relationships, partnerships can be an asset, a friend, which is awesome. But our metal, it's dry, it's unrefined, it could be harsh. That's why I went with stones. Hard words. And the tiger is our asset. It's been doing that the entire month of the dog, loosening up the earth. So the water, the tiger, and the dog are kind of in a flow, if you will. But the yang water is cleansing the metal, which is buried very deep into the earth. Might be breaking through like a volcano. And nature and fire are the elements of the day, hence why I chose those for our resonators. Nature, fire, and metal. But we do have a friend indeed, the neighboring friend, a real friend, somebody who's just always there. Just a true authentic friend. How nice is that? And we also have the artist on the year, so it's kind of a friendly artist kind of day. Maybe your artistry is streaming out. Artistry to the highest degree, if you will. So that's kind of curious and interesting, but I would go with fire or nature. Myself, I'd probably go with nature because my chart's full of fire. If you're ever curious, hit me up and I'll look at your chart and help you with your elemental balancing. Okay, so again, your options. We have nature, kind of a nature portal. We've got fire and we've got stones, kind of a pathway, a patterning of stones. You can tell there's old ancient wisdom there in that design. So off to the tarot of the day. So if you chose the wonderful 2 deer there going through the portal, this is the 8 of Cups, upside wrong. our upside right. Emotions, water, the moon, Pluto, Neptune, our subconscious, healing. It's 8, the magic of 8, intuition, psychic abilities. But this is abandonment. It's walking away. It's a loss, but with this promising future. So more than likely, the loss is coming from a choice of our own on our inner world. Maybe we've realized that while we had to say goodbye to an old way, it's still better to walk away than to stay. It also may mean that despite accomplishing everything or the nothing within our mind's eye, things that you wanted, maybe you're just not as fulfilled as you thought you might have been. But being upright, it tells of decisive action, decision, commitments, responsibilities, Saturn, of walking away towards personal fulfillment and the unknown. But being that it's otherworldly, it's filled with confusion. So you may feel stuck continually to remind yourself of these wonderful things that you do have. But on the other side, you keep blaming yourself for being unsatisfied. So more than likely, this is the fear of the unknown kind of talking. So it's a message to call out, stop playing ping pong, mental ping pong in your mind, twisting and blocking those frequencies, trying to convince yourself of the things you are, aren't true. So it's like taking the plunge, cutting the cord, moving on, however that looks like for you. So trying to stay and pretend that your gut is not telling you to go is just kind of creating powerlessness within inside of us. It's time to claim our unique essence, our power, and move forward. It's time to move forward. Emotion, loss can come in a variety of forms, right? Grief is not just grieving the loss of like a physical death. There's other kinds of loss. Sorry, I was having a backache. Okay, so following the 8 of Cups, we've got the Anchor, which I think this is great. I want an anchor on my Cantomblé shrine. I've been looking, but I haven't found one as of yet. I think they're so cool. But the anchor is also the Emperor. So this is structure, stability, leadership. And it represents all that energies, all the energies that are holding the energies of the sky and the mind, the sacred dynamic of those forces. It kind of reminds me of the Singers of the Realms in the Fae, which I talked about yesterday. But the pillar holds the earthly in the creative realms, and the anchor holds the earthly and the structured realm. So that is, again, it's similar to Saturn, wherever Saturn's playing out. But this is driven by the desire for the stability and the wealth and the security, which is also kind of a Capricorn frequency. They want to protect and support those around them. They're natural leaders. They're often seen as rigid and tough. But knowing that the anchor has showed up today, it's often an indication that it's time to build, to restructure, having a clear vision of what you want to do. So now you need to put the structures in place that are going to allow you to achieve those goals, reach the mountaintop. So it's time to drop any of the insecurities or doubts that you may have. It's an affirmation of your own inner power and your abilities, and having faith, inner faith, that you can build what you want to. So I'll take that. And I'm telling you, this is really kind of a prelude to this eclipsed moon, just saying that out loud. But our final message is from the 2 of Cups. It's a Pisces moon, spirit sensing kind of a day. The 2 is the moon. The 8 is Saturn. Different water frequencies, trust, compassion, true partnership. But this signals kind of a partnership, whether it's romantic, friendly, work-related, partnership that's balanced and healthy. Both people are committed, they're invested. However, it's otherworldly. So I'm kind of wondering if it's like a relationship from spirit coming in, a divine orchestrated one. But this does indicate maybe a broken bond in a relationship that's fallen out of balance. Maybe communication, the stone, has become more challenging. And it doesn't appear, or maybe it seems to appear, that both parties are open to doing the work to kind of mend the situation, mend the thread lines. So if you're kind of been resistant to changing communication, that kind of dynamic, try shifting it and see what happens. So often we get to choose if this is something we want to pursue, but know that there is an option to repair it if you decide to lead the way. It's up to us. Emotions. So I am feeling the moon, but as a reflector, I'm always feeling the moon. Faith is my prime directive. Holding faith, anchoring faith, obviously with the anchor. But the message is anchoring the field, the all or the nothingness, the void, the highest of hearts, and the shaman's portal. I'm also going to bring in the sacral energy today with that water energy, the fire and the nature elementally. So we do have options, feeding our fires, trimming the trees, the metal, stuff like that, but elementals, right? So I would affirm that I am tuning into my sacred part of my chalice, my high heart, and I'm going to stream in and be guided by my intuition. And with that, I'm super excited. Be sure to check out the Shamanic Healing Academy. That sauce is on. There are links in the show notes there. And at the very least, comment, share with a friend. And I will see you on the other side, or at least tomorrow, where we start to have some fun. And hopefully I'll be on a little sooner. With that, I say ashe, blessings, and thank you again for watching the replays and commenting. I appreciate that, even if you aren't there at the beginning. Thank you.